Hey there, it's Elisa, Half Asian Tarot Queen, and it's New Year's. Happy New Year's! So we're starting out a new decade up. Oh my gosh. Um, this was at the bottom of the deck. A little harsh. A little harsh, but I guess, maybe some people are kind of starting out with a little bit of a hangover. We've got the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords, so maybe a hangover involving a love from the past, a soulmate connection, an ending. I don't know. I'm going to keep pulling cards and see what we get. But yeah, I've been recently reunited with my decks, so I've been mixing up the decks a lot. And this deck is the Golden Universal Tarot. Ooh, got that Knight of Wands energy flying in, this player energy. We've got a thread about this guy because he's been showing up a lot lately, but I'm going to keep going. Looking for some overall energies for New Year's Day, which is looking like a little harsh for the day, hangovers, for sure. But anyways, Golden Universal Tarot for the overall energies. I love this deck. It's a pretty worn out deck. Well, the gold's been starting to rub off on mine because I've used it so much, but it's a great deck, which I love and which I resonated with like right away. I felt like I was getting messages from this guy right away. So, all right. So I've got some, oh my. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So this is an energy that's been coming up a ton in the readings. This is an energy of lack, so of not having enough, feeling like you're not enough, and just kind of a feeling of unworthiness in general. And this has been an energy that's been coming up to be healed a lot in recent readings. So we'll see where we go with that. But this energy has been coming up a lot in a thread called Stalkers, because this is just definitely an energy that can attract such a situation if it goes unhealed. So we'll see where it goes in this reading. But for overall energies, we have the Seven of Pentacles. You can see the gold sparkles there. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of earth energy, which is interesting because we had this beautiful soulmate energy and a Ten of Swords that flipped out when I first pulled out the deck. It was just like a hangover from some deep love connection. And then we have this, we're working hard on juggling some sort of situation, and we're making like this slow and dedicated effort, which this energy has been coming up a lot as well, especially in the new moon in Capricorn ring of fire that happened last week. And all the readings this week, because there was some drama that was needing to be resolved, and it wasn't like an overnight fix. It was something that was going to require a slow and dedicated effort to resolve. So just like a long-standing drama, which these cards would speak to as well, so, a dedicated effort here, but kind of juggling and in between outcomes. So that's really interesting. I'm going to pull some more cards to see if we can get some more clarity about what's going on. So I'm going to go to my White Sage Tarot for the general energies. This is a deck that's local to Minneapolis, which, like I've mentioned, I just moved from there, and it's a great community, and it's a great deck with really beautiful artwork, and it's actually a really affordable deck too. So if you like the artwork, I would definitely recommend this deck. It comes in a little protective tin, so I feel like it's a pretty good bargain, and it's a beautiful deck, which I love. So check that out, like maybe on Amazon if you Ooh, interesting. So yeah, I'm going to pull a few more cards. If you're new to this channel, welcome to the channel. Just a little notation that the videos on this channel are arranged in a slightly eccentric manner and that they are not arranged according to date or according to zodiac sign. They are arranged according to storyline. So I've arranged the videos in threads, and you know, over time I've noticed that there's certain storylines that kind of like emerge and re-emerge and are like continually evolving, and sometimes they intersect and sometimes they don't. But I try to arrange the videos in that way. There's a video on the main page of the channel that kind of explains the system and how it works. But it's a little bit like a daytime soap opera, you know, and there's these main characters and they kind of come and go and they're always evolving. And yeah, that's just kind of how we do things over here. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out on the channel. Oh, so on the bottom of this deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is happiness, abundance, fulfillment, you know, like this is a dynasty. And this is a thread that has been definitely recurring on the channel lately. And it's a thread called Dynasty, where there's this whole family dynasty that was coming into emergence, but hadn't totally come into fruition yet. It was like sort of in this continually evolving process. So we'll see where the rest of the energies go. But definitely there's a couple that have they came up in yesterday's reading already, so that's interesting. We've got the Seven of Wands. So this is a card of standing your ground and maybe wanting to defend some effort. And it's coming right under this dedicated effort Seven of Pentacles card. So that's interesting. And then we have the Sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. So it's happiness, abundance, fulfillment, you know, fertility. It's the best card in the deck. So perhaps wanting to defend this situation, perhaps, you know, there's resistance to this evolution, because this is falling right under the juggling card. So it's like, you know, you see the opportunity there, but obviously there's something that's it's not quite in alignment right now, because there's resistance around it, and then there's this juggling energy. And then, interestingly enough, the next card after that is the Seven of Swords, which, you know, the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords came up in yesterday's reading. And so this is a card of like deception. So it could be self-deception, like you're deceiving yourself, or perhaps deceiving someone else. And so in the context of yesterday's reading, there was this deep love, but it wasn't being shown on the surface, you know, because there was resistance to it. So it could be related to that storyline. And it's interesting because that fell right under this Knight of Pentacles energy. So it's just sort of like, you know, there was some issue that needed to be resolved, but it's going to require this slow and dedicated effort. And partly because, you know, there's some deception here. And, you know, in the context of this resistance, it's almost like maybe some people are being protected from the truth, or, you know, it's like, the thing that's just coming to me is like, there's this movie called A Few Good Men with Demi Moore, and, you know, the movie was kind of awful, but like, there's this one scene in the movie, and I think it was Jack Nicholson is like, you can't handle the truth, you know, and it was like this total, like, I mean, that's probably the best part of the movie. But that's what's coming to me with this situation. It's like there's some deception happening because maybe there's some energies around that can't handle the truth, you know, or they're not ready to hear it or something. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. And the next energy we have the Chariot that's falling right under. There's this resistance and there's this dedicated effort. So if someone's taking control of this situation, you know, maybe moving through the resistance, like come hell or high water, like we're moving forward. And it's interesting because one thing that I'm really noticing about this card is there looks like there's this love, you know, this love between these opposite horses. And they're moving forward, you know. So the next card we have is the Five of Pentacles. So that's another version of this card. So this card has come out twice now. This energy of lack, this energy of unworthiness, of not having enough. And again, that's interesting because this is an energy that has surfaced a lot as kind of an energy that's sort of fueling this toxic stalker situation that has its own thread called stalkers. And that's falling right under the sun. So it's like almost like there's this juggling happening between this total happiness, fulfillment, fertility, beautiful, and then this lack energy. And that's being juggled here. So that's interesting. There's this inner conflict or resistance. Like on one side there's this blockage, and on one side there's this total fulfillment. And it's like, this is unresolved at this point, because it's just like both these balls are being juggled in the air. And then, what's crazy again, we have another double card. We got the Knight of Pentacles again. 2 Knight of Pentacles over this deception. So yeah, somebody can't handle the truth, and because of this, like all these, there's like a need to sort of walk on eggshells around that, because yeah, as Jack Nicholson said, somebody can't handle the truth. It's like blocking forward progress. So wow, I can see why, you know, I mean, it's New Year's Day, so it's a lot to take in. But I'm going to pull 3 more cards, going back to the Golden Universal Tarot, and see if I can get some guidance about how to move through these energies. You know, drink lots of water for sure. But we'll see what else we got here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty climactic day. One second, my mom. Okay, yeah, sorry, it's the holidays. I'm visiting my mom and dad, which has been great. I love my mom and dad, and I'm really grateful to have the time to spend with them. Because, you know, none of us is getting any younger, that's for sure. Especially not me. Oh my gosh, another double card. Oh my gosh, another double card. This is crazy. Okay. All right. So, under this dedicated effort of standing your ground, where someone's taking control of the situation, this is the plot thickens. We get the Queen of Swords. So, this is a no-nonsense queen who's kind of been through the ringer, and she's super wise, and she's been through it all, so you can't really pull the wool over her eyes, because she just kind of tells it like it is. And like, so this energy is coming through, you know, taking control of this situation, and you know, standing her ground. You know, she's made a dedicated effort. She's standing at her ground. She's standing in her power and telling the truth, you know. So this is an energy that's happening. Then we get the Chariot card again over this juggling between this total happiness, fulfillment, abundance, fertility, and this feeling of lack, this stalker energy, and this blockage, you know, just being blocked from happiness. And then somebody is taking control of this situation with the Chariot. And then, so this looks like the potential to be a pretty dramatic New Year's. Hold on, the doorbell just rang. One sec. Okay, it's the holidays, so you know there's a lot of hustle and bustle happening. Okay, so then the next one, we get another double card. we get the sun again. So that fell right over this double Knight of Pentacles and this deception, like somebody not being able to handle the truth. So it's this delicate operation, like doubly delicate, like walking on eggshells around somebody is the path to happiness. So, you know, it's just like, it's frustrating, but it looks like, you know, this is the best thing. Like, the truth is harsh, so it's really important that it gets delivered in a sort of thoughtful and empath. Okay, yeah, so the phone just rang. It's like, oh my gosh. Pretty, a lot of interruptions here today, so that probably means something too, you know. It's like, we're gonna have to have patience, have empathy, and, but, you know where you stand, take control, and tell the truth. I'm going to pull a card from the Sacred Traveler, one of my favorite decks, for some guidance about how we might move through New Year's Day, 2020, the first day of new decade, and we'll see what the Sacred Traveler has to say. And then I'm going to pull a card also from the Gateway Oracle cards, because that seems appropriate for New Year's. And it's by the same author. Okay, so we got two cards. Wise Leader, you are a beacon for... Oops. I'm not sure what caught off there, but Wise Leader, you are a beacon for others. And then we got Watching Clouds, lie back, rest, relax. So, you know, I think part of the wisdom here is like, you know, the truth is the truth. Not everyone can handle it, but, you know, if you just kind of align yourself with it, but don't try to force it on people, it's probably the best approach, and you'll be respected for that in the long run. And then Gateway Oracle, also by Denise Linn. These are two of my favorite Oracle decks, and I'm going to pull a card from here to just finish out the reading. I'm actually going to do some extra readings since it is New Year's and it's an exciting transition. We're going to do one for the new year and one for the new decade. See if, what kind of energies come through, because obviously this is a big turning point for a lot of people, and it's, you know, pretty apparent. Okay, I think this is a beautiful message. Opening to love. My heart is open. So, you know, remember to keep your heart open to all the changes that are happening. Everything's going to work out, you know, but don't close yourself off and just kind of flow with the changes, because good things are happening. So I'll leave you with that message, and I'll be back with more messages. And Happy New Year.